What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Live Fam. Now today, bro, we got Banned and Controversial Foods by Salmonella Academy. Bro, straight up salmonella, bro. Now this was recommended by you guys in the comments. You guys were mentioning to react to salmonella, and so I put up one of this video, and this one seems the most interesting to me. It's banned and controversial foods. Who doesn't want to know what banned foods were? So without further ado, man, sit, grab your popcorn and let's see. All right, salmonella. Today's episode, banned and controversial foods.
Hey Majors, so I'd like to start off with a little biology lesson. When a species finds itself living on an island, it can start to evolve in strange ways based on the different pressures applied by the new environment.
So now he's flight reacts, okay.
This is called island syndrome, and while it can manifest in a lot of ways, the biggest driving force is often a lack of predators. For example, the dodo lost its ability to fly since there was nothing to flee from. The saint killed a field mouse got twice as big since it no longer had to hide. And with no one around to bully them, the Sardinians started putting maggots in their cheese. Meet Casu.
Bro, that's actually crazy to think about, chat. Like, animals evolve in a certain way depending on, you know, their environment, which is, I mean, it's pretty much common sense, but you don't think about it in this way where it's like, if there's not the predators that are coming after them, then the things that they have that are useful for hiding from predators or protecting themselves, they kind of just de-evolved in a certain way, you know?
Fly, since there was nothing to flee from. The saint killed a field mouse got twice as big since it no
bro, now the mouse can pump up his chest because Tom is not around no more.
Longer had to hide. And with no one around to bully them, the Sardinians started putting maggots in their cheese. Meet Casu Marzu, literal translation, rotten cheese. It's made by taking a perfectly good wheel of pecorino and letting a special type of fly lay eggs in it. The fly babies then—
Nigga, hell no! Are we dead ass, bro? Flies are already dirty as hell and annoying as hell as it is. And you talking about I'm gonna lay them in my food to make eggs and shit so I can eat it? Are we? Yeah, whoever did this is a little restarted, bro.
Fly babies then work to partially digest the cheese, rendering it goopy and wet and maybe quite tasty and worm-filled. Now, cheese is a concept—
yeah, quite tasty and worm-filled until it's coming out your ass completely red because your butthole rip open because all the maggots in your damn ass.
It's already quite suspect. It's clotted milk that you fill with bacteria and mold and let sit for a while. But cheese is safe and delicious. Cheese is my friend. I trust cheese. So my guard would be down around Casu Marzu. I've learned to look past a cheese's childhood. Strange upbringings are what give them their character. But it turns out those maggots are still alive. And if you don't chew well enough, they can cause enteric myiasis, which is a fancy term for fly larvae living in your intestines.
Oh, just thinking about that grosses me the fuck out, bro. But yeah, this is common sense. If you're gonna eat something with fucking babies on them, digesting the cheese itself, it's not gonna digest in your stomach. You're gonna have a whole new species growing inside your stomach, bro.
Symptoms are similar to food poisoning, except with the added psychic pain of knowing that, again, your bowels are full of squiggly new friends. It's for this reason that Casu Marzu is banned in the EU and elsewhere. I
wonder if they're in you like that. Can they actually start eating at you? You know what I'm saying? Your insides or your blood cells or something?
It was banned in the EU and
like what would actually start happening if you have fly larvae inside you? Let me actually search that up, bro. I'm genuinely curious. If fly larvae got inside your body, it can cause myiasis. Okay, we know that. Range of symptoms depending on intestinal myiasis causing by ingesting eggs or larvae can lead to abdominal pain, vomiting, diarrhea. Superficial myiasis where larvae infest a wound or open skin, cause boil-like lesions and tissue damage. Untreated can lead to serious complications, but it's treatable by removing the larvae and the dressing. Yo, so they have to like surgically remove it though, huh? You think so? They not just gonna come out in the poop, I don't think. A healthcare provider will typically remove the larvae, often surgically. Yeah, that's what I think. And clean the womb. Antibiotics are maybe prescribed to treat any secondary infections. Yeah, dude. Just imagine that, bro. That would suck.
Elsewhere. A black market still exists, which is wild, and it's not a small one. In 2019, the illicit Casu Marzu trade was estimated to be worth 2 to 3 million euros annually. Personally, I would just do it prohibition style, like definitely.
Are we really bidding over this rotten ass cheese? There's no way it's that good, bro.
Don't put these fly eggs on this sumptuous wheel of pecorino. But if you do, you absolutely shouldn't keep it warm and damp for a week. But although it's traditional to leave the larvae alive when you eat your mag and cheese, some consumers still prefer them dead, shockingly. In that case, one puts the cheese in a sealed bag, and when the maggots run out of oxygen, they writhe around and fling themselves all over the place. This is heard as a distinct pitter-patter against the walls of the bag. And when the sound stops, the contents are ready to eat, like popcorn.
Yo, that's insane, bro. They wait for it to die like that's gonna make it any better to eat, bro. That's still fucking disgusting.
Patter against the walls of the bag. And when the sound stops, the contents are ready to eat, like popcorn. Shark fin soup is one most—
It's not like popcorn at all. We're popping corn, buddy. They're fucking popping literal bugs.
And when the sound stops, the contents are ready to
No.
eat, like popcorn. Shark fin soup is one most of us have heard about already,
Shark fin
mostly
soup.
in reference to its effect on shark populations and the wastefulness that goes into making it. Until recently, though, I never looked into the nature of the dish itself.
I've never heard of this.
Right, the fins are just the only part of the shark worth eating. Big whoop, it's probably not much different from, like, swordfish. Apparently, though, I had it backwards. Shark fins aren't even meat. They're made almost entirely of cartilage and collagen.
That's what I was kind of like guessing, because I'm like, bro, I feel like the meat part is just a part of the body. If I had to guess what the fin was made of, I would not say like it's like meat. It would just be cartilage, like our ears. You know what I'm saying? Like this part of our ears and stuff. That's what it kind of reminds me of in part of the shark, you know?
They are the last part we should be eating. That's why it's only made into soup, because without being soaked in broth, it has zero flavor or nutritional value on its own. Their only redeeming quality is their unique mouthfeel due to how stringily the collagen grows in structures called ceratotrichia. The texture has been described as somewhere between chewy and crunchy, which I find describes most things, actually. Other adjectives present on Wikipedia include snappy, gelatinous, and sinewy. The exact sensation of...
Have any of you guys tried shark fin, bro? What the hell does it taste like? I mean, obviously, like you said, you have to have it in soup, but if you had it in soup or something, was it good? Was it even worth it? Like, honestly, this don't look appealing to me.
This substance remains a mystery to me, and the unintended side effect of all this research is that I now really want to try it. Like, it's a big trade. I've got to be the one that's wrong. There is imitation shark fin soup available, but I've already decided that it's not nearly as good. So I've come up with a compromise in this controversy. Everyone on Earth gets just one bite. Say there's 10 bites to a fin, 4 fins to a shark, 200 million sharks die, sure, a necessary casualty, but then we can end the practice forever. All done. You can finally rest, Mr. Ming. Come here, baby.
Yeah, but it wouldn't just stop there, bro. It would keep going, because there would be people that just get addicted, and now all of a sudden there's even more people that do it.
Mr. Ming. Come here, baby. Aw. Ackee.
Hey, yo.
What? Ackee. Where?
Ackee.
Ackee. The ackee is a fruit originally from West Africa, which is most commonly associated with Jamaican cuisine, where it appears in such dishes as ackee and saltfish. These
Have any of you guys had this?
alien kidneys here are called the arils, and they're the only part of the fruit that's actually eaten. The flavor is on the savory side, being described as kind of nutty or bean-like. What makes the ackee controversial, though, is the effects it can cause when prepared improperly. If the arils are allowed to completely ripen, they're harmless. But if you eat them too early, or don't thoroughly clean off all...
This literally looks like an alien, bro. Like an alien's poop. Like, I don't know. That's the best way I can explain this. Like, I would not put this in my mouth, bro.
Non-aril stuff, they can cause Jamaican vomiting sickness. This disease doesn't sound real. It sounds like it belongs next to Eastern sweats and Tangerian bone grinding, but that's actually an official term. And as for symptoms, it does what it says on the tin. Plus maybe death. While ackee-based products aren't outright illegal in the United States, they are very tightly regulated, and the raw fruit itself cannot be imported. So if you're American and want to try it, your options are fully cooked canned ackee or going to Florida, where a few people grow it domestically.
And that's crazy, bro. They literally stopped it from being, traded. But like, how the hell did they get like the made ones though, that are in cans and stuff? Like, how do
people
they
grow
do
it
that?
domestically? Next we have bird's nest soup. This is another one that I've vaguely heard of, and for years I just assumed the name was a playful metaphor, like ants on a log or shit on a shingle. Turns out, nope, this dish contains an actual bird nest. Not like a pile of twigs like I was picturing, but rather a specific type of nest only made by certain species of swiftlets. These nests are mostly made out of mucins, which are a set of proteins that, among other things, serve to thicken all those wonderful secretions our bodies make. There's a little bit in human saliva, a little bit more in mucus, and in swiftlet saliva, look out, pal. So all the swiftlet does is it finds a nice wall, starts laying out fat strings of slobber, which dry, and eventually she's got a nice place to root.
Are we dead ass, bro? So we could just hawk to it and just make your house like that? I wish it was that simple. I wish it was that simple. No, we got, you know what I'm saying, mortgage payment, rent, all this shit, bro. Taxes. I can't just hawk to it and live there.
That is, right up until some gourmand says,
I mean, technically some girls can do that though. They can hawk to it and live somewhere free.
Today I crave bird spit. You can keep the eggs though.
And they then reconstitute it back into its original gelatinous texture. Unfortunately, these nests...
So people just eat birds hawk to it, bro? Are we dead ass? Like, I wouldn't even want to eat it just based off of that, just knowing that it's a hawk to it.
Can't enter the US since, believe it or not, eating bird saliva is a great way to catch bird flu.
You think? I would have never guessed that.
Now the time has come to speak of the ortolan. The ortolan is a kind of bunting, which is a sort of passerine, which is a type of bird. They're birds. Like many animals, they have a long history of being eaten by the French. But what separates the ortolan from your average squab or pheasant is the unique way in which it is prepared and eaten. They're typically...
Have you guys tried bird before? Just a straight bird? I mean, obviously there's certain types that'll probably taste different, whatever, but I've never just ate a bird before. I mean, right here, it literally looks like chicken, bro. Does it just taste like chicken or does it taste weird?
And eaten. They're typically caught with nets and kept in the dark, which causes them to overeat for some reason. Once it's about twice as fat, the entire bird is then thrown into a container of brandy, alive, and sealed in. While this serves to marinate the creature, it also drowns in the process, thereby killing one bird with no stones. The ortolan is then roasted, plucked, and presented whole to the consumer.
Bro, that has to suck for the bird, bro. Oh my gosh, just straight, you know what I'm saying, slowly drowning pretty much.
Inserts the carcass into their mouth, feet first. As they chew, one hand continues holding the bird's head, while the other picks out the larger bones. This whole ritual is usually performed with a towel or large napkin over one's head. There's a few...
Yeah, because they're embarrassed doing this shit, like... That's why they covering themselves. Like, what the fuck am I doing at this point, bro? Or digging his ass out, digging a bird's ass out. I just ate a hot tour from a bird. Now I'm just eating bird's ass.
Explanations for the purpose of the towel. Some say it's just there to keep the aromas in, while others say it's there to, quote, shield from God's eyes the shame of such a decadent and disgraceful act.
You're still doing it. Like, you know, God can still see you, right? Like, napkin's not gonna cover you from God. Like,
yeah, this one I'm okay with not trying, actually. Notable fans of this dish include, not joking, Bill Cosby and the guy who invented the lobotomy. To be part of that social club. Our mission is to eat birds whole and then make people not remember things. Killing
that might be the perfect duo for that then, I guess.
Killing ortolans was banned across the EU in 2007. Not for any ethical reason, but because French people did this so much that the entire ortolan population was threatened. Thankfully, as of 2018, their conservation status is under least concern, so hopefully the French can get back to it soon. Anyway, that's all I have for today. Till next time, I'm Sam.
Hey, chat, these are all the banned foods, bro. That was quick and sweet. I like this. I like this type of video. I like salmonella, but I fear the more I watch them, the more chance I got at getting salmonella. Or should I say salmon vanilla? That's the correct way. Salmon vanilla. Yo, chat, let me know if you guys want to react to this guy more or anybody else, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.